When someone is training for a job, any job, they must eventually make the shift from studying to practicing. The Apostle Paul knew how important such a transition was, which is why even while confined to a Roman prison he recorded the following words for the believers in Philippi, Greece: "Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me, or seen in me, put it into practice. And the God of peace will be with you." Philippians chapter 4 verse 9 NIV. Paul had taught them. Paul had trained them. Paul had loved them. And that's why, from the isolation of a jail cell, Paul empowered them to live out what they'd learned. Jesus, too, was passionate about his followers not just trying to look good or to sound good, but to do good with a heart that genuinely wanted to glorify God. James, the half-brother of Jesus, also wrote about not just listening to the word, but doing what it says. But be doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. For if anyone is a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like a man who looks intently at his natural face in a mirror. For he looks at himself and goes away and at once forgets what he was like. James chapter 1 verse 22-24 ESV. It's one thing to know about something, but it's an entirely different thing to put that knowledge into practice. The peace of God is a gift that He gives us. It's something we experience as we draw near to Him by living in a way that honors Him. If we know His will but don't do anything about it, that shows that we don't really want to honor God. But if we do His will, then our actions illustrate that our identity is rooted in Christ. And our closeness to Christ allows us to experience His peace. Doing the will of God, not just learning about the will of God, unleashes the peace of God. So today, study what Paul taught and modeled, which is ultimately what Jesus taught and modeled. And then, ask yourself, what is God teaching me about Himself, myself, and other people? How can I apply His teachings to my life?